use 3DR, some best fit solutions, and then analysis to show high and low deviation, from the acrylic.
This is a good fly through, though. They must have, they did this after hours, I bet. Because there'd be people sitting chairs or something, right?
We're just talking about, we're seeing if they had like automatic or a way to take people out, because they walk like the whole building and there's not a single person from what I can see.
Even doing it manually, it'd be very hard to take someone out of a chair. Oh, there's some people.
I guess there is.
So they did it like super early or super late. This one, they may have actually cleaned some people out.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing today?
Doing all right. Seems like I'm getting out of one webinar, going into another. I guess not webinar, but meeting. How's it going up there in the Great White North?
Great. It is. Let me do the conversion. $68 degrees today.
Nice.
Actually, that's pretty similar to here. The sun was out today. It was nice. Of course, when the sun comes out, the wife starts saying, "Hey, maybe we should start doing some yard work." And I'm like, "It's sun.
Build me a shed. I need a gazebo. We need
her big thing is flower boxes now, or planter boxes. She wants to grow her own vegetables. So, which is funny because when I married her, she had a big old black thumb, right? She'd just kill every plant we had. But now she's gotten a green one, I guess.
I heard that you saw John Romero at the survey show that you did like a week ago or so.
Oh, so he spent quite a bit of time coming around the booth.
Yeah, he had good things to say about you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's a good dude. He's super smart.
Yeah, likes to get his hands dirty.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. You get to put the name to a face to like a personality, because you see people on online, and you kind of know them a little bit from their posts, and then you hear their name, but then you meet them in person and you get to see their it kind of brings them together as a person, I think, right?
Yeah, that's one of like those events. You have to put those faces to the people that you see. You see their projects all the time, but those events are nice. Just be able to put a face to it.
Yeah. I started to become kind of a trade show junkie a little bit. It's I used to hate the networking side of it, but now I actually really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's nice to nerd out with everyone.
Yeah. Honestly, the best nerd out time I've had was HTS University, 2018, I think. Everybody was there to learn. Nobody was there to sell anything. It was, and I mean, granted, the classes weren't all that great, but like, you learn just as much from hearing other people talk as you did from, the instructors,
Come
on, Max, did you take one of my classes? I'm right here.
I don't know if I did. I classes.
He wasn't going to bring that up.
That was when Karen still hated me.
So take a look at that. That's what I exported, and that's what I got.
Hey.
That's pretty, huh?
That's a mess.
Yeah. I know you're proud of me, Gabe. You're like, fuck, Eric's so good at this. Fucking A.
But I tell you, that looks like a large, data set with a tank farm or something.
It's a saltwater separator.
Yeah,
and
a cool project.
There's steam and condensate drains at 6 inches off the ground. So including the condensate and the steam and the smog coming out of the top, you got all this condensate coming from the ground. I didn't have 3DR, so guess what? I cleaned that in Register 360.
But you meshed it though, right?
Oh no, sorry. I'm eating too because I've eaten all day. That's from HXDR.
Right, so it's a mesh.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. I mean, I think I should have showed you guys a point cloud version. So I just grabbed from the message I sent over, like, what the fuck's up with this? Because I was pretty pissed. 'Cause that was a lot of hours of cleaning.
Yeah, because that's a meshed point cloud, and I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, if there's noise and stuff, I can see how it's freaking
Oh,
out.
here.
You
Yeah,
can,
totally.
if you ever need to, man, you can send me a point cloud and I'll mesh it in 3DR for you and send it back.
Oh, thanks. I don't need a mesh. That's just what HXDR shows you when you put your point cloud up. See, there's
Yeah.
the point cloud. If you look, I put it into recap because they're like, oh, there's probably something wrong with HXDR. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll take the same file, I'll dump it into recap and see what happens. And I can see that's what I exported. What you guys see in the middle, and the bottom one is what I got. And that's when the whole conversation started with, well, something's going on with Register 360. It has to be. And then
Well,
they
Leo
gave me
just
that
had
answer.
Leo just had an issue with Register 362 that he when he brings in BLK2 data or BLK to go data, he can't export an E57 or anything else. It has to be an LGS he exports.
I have
Interesting.
noticed if you don't optimize, sometimes you'll lose stuff that it will export stuff that you've already deleted out of it.
That's
I don't know.
crazy.
I don't know if you optimized before you exported, but maybe that's an issue.
I could try it real quick. I have a small data set right here that's in Register 360 and see if it happens on my end. Let's see here. I mean, they export so goddamn fast.
Yeah, I definitely have some theories, but can't be 100% sure on that.
It just sucks, dude, because you work so hard for something and you've got a software that's supposedly ready for the big time, and then you end up with it. Hey, was it? You said Leo said that, right? Leo from Leo. You were exporting as a E57 as one file? I take it, like unified type situation.
Well, it's the BLK to go data, just one walk.
Okay. I'm publishing one right now. It worked. It exported for me. Now, whether the data's any good or not is another question, but what version are you using?
You check.
I'm using 23.1.0.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Huh. What the hell? That's freaking weird.
Let me try it again.
Gabe, you're muted.
Yeah. Exporting E57s from 3DR, they always come out in meters, even if the project I'm working in is in US feet because I'm in Washington, it still comes out in meters.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, it's frustrating.
It is, but I also see the point. I think most software, when you're importing an E57, it doesn't give you an option to change it from meters. So they just leave it as meters, so that way everybody's covered.
Yeah, everything's meters internally. Everything's stored as meters, and then if you're using feet or something, it converts.
That's kind of been my workaround, is changing the project units to meters and then just exporting it in meters. Then I don't have any issues, that way. And I know the unit for sure, but it's still, it's still something that I want. I don't want to work in meters. I mean, I like, they're great. I wish we worked in meters, but I don't want to have to convert and, be concerned of when I send it off to people,
Hey, for all you users of 3DR here, if I bring in a single unstructured structured point cloud E57 into well, I'm just wondering if I bring one into 3DR, will I be able to export that same thing back out?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't use 3DR, so I'm not too sure.
That was the workaround for Leo. He brought in the LGS and then exported the E57.
Oh, you can do that too? E57 from an LGS? That's pretty dandy right there, because I got a ton of LGS files that are clean.
And aren't you part of their fleet program now? I'd be requesting some 3DR.
Oh yeah, I just got it. I just haven't even. It's installed, and I haven't even activated the license yet.
I've said countless times. I mean, if I'm just producing a point cloud, fuck yeah, I don't need it. But like, if I need to do any kind of processing or cleaning or like an analysis, I wouldn't use anything else. I think 3DR is amazing.
Well, I just need to get a clean point cloud up to HXDR, RCS, whatever the fuck they're calling it, so that we can so that my clients can use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what we've decided to use instead of Thin2 on this project, and it's already been a fail. So
if you guys don't mind, I want to share that be okay to go data.
Yeah.
Real quick. That's the one we did the testing at Geo Week.
Speaking of which, real quick, Leo, while you're sharing, Karina, did you ever get your data off that BLK Gen 1?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, finally we got the licenses and everything. But then now I just got an email saying that nobody's paid the license bill. So I'm like, oh, well, that's not in my pay range. So somebody else is going to take over that. I don't know.
Plus, you got what you needed, so whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right, Leo.
No, so this control point, you see the list that was shot from totalization. Relatively, and Mac, this is the one I talked to you earlier today.
Yeah.
You see how, well, I try to kind of push the limit of okay to go, just do a one walk, like 18 minutes. But basically the best of 3 combination I can get with the so-called good geometry is like this. And it's kind of still in the more than an inch range.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, like you do a walk and apply control. It just, I don't know why it doesn't give me any option to export the E57 now.
I bet it will right now because you're trying to tell us about it.
You see it? So I'll read out.
Yeah.
So, Eric, you didn't have that problem? Like
no,
when
but
you
I
try
can
to
see the
export?
difference between mine and yours. I actually connected the 360 wannabe views. I'll send you a screenshot. I'll just take a picture of my screen so you can see what I'm talking about.
Well, we can share if you wanna. We can stop sharing.
Mine's not as beautiful as yours, dude. I'll be embarrassed. I don't have that dope San Francisco scale like you do. Okay, if you want me to share, will.
Hey, Alex and Ben, do you guys know each other?
Can you guys see that?
No, I don't think we've been introduced.
You guys are both in the Great White North, and I think in the similar areas.
Who are you talking about?
Alex
you're not talking to me. Oh, Alex and Ben. Where are they
Where
from?
are you at, Ben?
I didn't hear.
I'm in Toronto.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Canadian.
not too far. I'm in Fredericton.
Fredericton, Nova Scotia?
New Brunswick. Yep. It used to be Nova Scotia back in the day.
Nice.
Like way back in the day.
I'm not a geography major, so I don't know. I figured you guys are. I figured you, Karina, and Alex were like related somehow.
You know what? Karina and I maybe, because yeah, some roots back in the old prairie countries.
Sorry.
So, can you guys see this or?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is 2 separate walks, and it wouldn't export until I connected them like this. I didn't know what I was doing, so I just did it just for the hell of it. It was just kind of to show that we had this. So once I connected it, it finalized. You see, it actually had all the reporting, and then I could accept.
Right, because if you have 2 separate walks that aren't combined in a bundle, I mean, deliverable is only a single bundle. So
yeah. So if you had 2 scan locations from RTC and didn't register them together, you couldn't export any either.
No.
You'd have to put them on separate sitemaps if you wanted to export them separately.
Yeah.
Or have them on the same control.
Yeah, this has got nothing. This is, like I said, we did this in 15 minutes just to show what the thing could do. This was for my boss to kind of show people what we were doing with that thing. After we bought it, we had to come up with an excuse of why we bought it. So we're like, oh, here's an excuse.
Yeah, because
Well-
if it was just one walk, you could export that, but yeah, if you have two separate walks, you have to have them in a single bundle. Otherwise, you're only going to be able to export one of them.
Yeah, sense to me.
I know your company in Washington were looking at the viaduct to do this kind of similar thing you're showing right here.
Whose company? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, Skanska was
Oh,
looking
really?
at it.
I didn't even
Yeah.
know that.
Well, yeah, I think guys have been trying to fight against it because it's not really. It's a cool idea of a product, but I don't know if it's really there for what you guys need.
Oh, yeah, all that buying stuff has been frozen, so no one's buying anything right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're having like the guy above me is having all these internal meetings about like the future of this whole thing, and then someone nationally is having a meeting over him. So it's like, who's in charge? I have no idea. I just go scan stuff.
Oh, it's such a huge company.
Yeah.
Based out of Belgium, right?
Yeah.
There's
Oh, Belgium?
Switzerland,
No, I
aren't
think
they?
Switzerland. Yeah, Switzerland. But
I figure out how to
seems
do
like,
that.
yeah, no kidding.
That's
I
why
want
I've
to
been
show off. I want to show off
What?
this mesh that I just created this week. You see
Oh,
that?
that's dope. Yeah, hell yeah.
This
So
is
those-
the Seattle Aquarium. This small tank is it's an
Shark.
archipelago tank. Pretty sweet though, huh?
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. Good job.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Yeah, nothing like 3DR, huh?
Oh man, it's a great meshing software. You see a couple spots where I missed cleaning it, but
Mm-hmm.
it came out excellent. Someday you guys can ask me how I got these windows to fit in that concrete.
They can read it in the article.
Using laser scanning.
Yeah. It's actually a really cool use case. The getting those to fit was fun.
Probably one of the most stressful things I ever did was installing all these windows.
Each one of those was like what, $1 million?
Not these, but there's one that goes in this little area that's clear. This giant hole here that we're looking at has a
Whoa.
window in it, and
If,
that was $1 million piece of acrylic that went in there.
From
The good news
the
is they all went in on the first try, so everybody loves scanning now, so because that worked and they didn't know how the
That's
hell they were
awesome.
going to do it. It was pretty cool. So yeah, these ugly looking pieces here are glass. So, and this is all shotcreted. So the formwork, to get the formwork right, and then the concrete was a major challenge as far as how to get that shape. It wasn't something that could really be done easily with the total station, especially since they're not exactly where they're supposed to be per design, because it's shotcreted and there was like so much bar that as we built the bar up around the internal formwork, the weight of the bar just started to spread out away from the forms in the center. And there was not a whole lot the amount of bar that was in there was not a whole lot we could do to like suck it back up into the into where it was supposed to be per design. So it's they're like, Gabe, it's art. I'm like, okay. So I can put it wherever I want. And they're like, as long as the fucking acrylic fits. Like, all right. So I held the top of the formwork to where the design elevation was, and then basically just use 3DR, some best fit solutions, and then analysis to show high and low deviation, from the acrylic. The acrylic, I actually got scans of it too, and it was not perfect either. So
yeah.
Anyways, pretty proud of the way this looks, and it's almost finished, and I'm really excited to see how this project looks once we can go there and check it out.
So, what secret spot did you carve your name into? There's got to be on there somewhere.
Concrete is such a
none of
fickle
that.
mistress that we've gone as far as taking a forklift and holding the top of a form on an elevator core because as we were pouring, it was pulling it off, and we had to like push it back over. Leo, you should probably plug your ears on this one. But we had like park that forklift and leave it there with it like pressing against the elevator cord to keep it straight. You know, concrete is such. There's no other way to put it than a fickle mistress. Just she'll do what she wants. You know. But, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you carve your name somewhere?
No. My, my name is in the fact that the windows fit. You know,
there you go.
I've had people be like, I don't know how you did that, and I'm like, well, it wasn't easy. But
So
anyways, I'm pretty proud of it. So
some of the pictures they show, and I don't know if this is how it's actually going to be, but when it's all said and done, you can walk on the street on the outside and see up inside the one of the tanks, the glass.
yeah,
So you don't even have to go in to see the fish.
That's gonna freak those fish out.
One edge of the tank is cantilevered out, and there's a 10-foot circular a piece of acrylic at the bottom, so you can actually look up and see the sharks swimming around in there.
There's a road that goes right through there, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if I can pull up. Yeah, there's a road that the road is. They actually moved the road from one side of it to the other. So I know it's probably been a while since you've been up here, but Alaska no longer goes all the way through, and it now turns into Elliott on the east side of the aquarium. So if you guys are ever in Seattle, come on down. I'll take you on a walk through it. It's pretty cool.
Anybody else working on anything exciting? How about San Francisco there, Leo? Leo?
Was
Yeah,
I
He was
asking
frozen
you?
for a second.
You got any big projects down there, Leo?
Well, the SoCal, the apartment, the housing market is getting some more jobs. San Francisco is kind of, well, compared to last year, is slowed down.
Oh.
I just heard that Seattle Conco got some job picked up now recently.
Oh, they picked up a job, huh?
Yeah, smaller ones though.
Yeah.
I've heard the market is warming. We're generating more leads on projects and stuff like that. So 2024 is probably, looking pretty grim still, but hopefully 2025 will start to pick up, at least
What
here.
what's going off?
I was talking to one
Really?
guy, and he was like,
Happening.
it's like someone flipped a switch, just off, and work stopped.
I think we
tough.
normally have about almost 600 trade employees, and now we're down to under 100.
What?
Just so look at 20% of the workforce that we've had over, the last few years is dwindled down to 20% to mostly core people. And I think it's pretty much that way everywhere, at least in the construction industry here.
Yeah, in the high-rise construction industry.
Yeah, high rise. I mean,
the infrastructure guys
are booming.
Yeah, it's over here, Bay Area is about, our company is about 50% reduction on the labor resource.
Yeah.
So,
When I was there, I had 7 guys under me, and now they have
There's
the
only
one
one.
guy. Yeah.
When I started at Turner, I had 15 under me, and now I have 5. So.
How's the Great White North treating you, Alex? Alex?
You're muted.
Oh.
Are you there?
There you
He
are.
says it's loud.
Because Alex works for, I think, a rather large, the children list, rather large company up there. So I figured they have a good feel for the economy. Karina, have you heard anything?
I could go on for hours. Things going on right now. I'm just starting up the laser scanning project with my students, so it's been a gong show trying to get into the trades labs so that we can scan their trades labs and teach them how to anonymize the data and everything. So, and one of my BLKs isn't working, so I'm down to 7 scanners, but I've at least now have 3 C10s rather than 2, so we're using ancient technology, but hey, it's all right. And and then the license thing just happened, and just like
So the C10s you can't even use in Register 360. You have to use them in Classic.
Yeah, so yeah, Cyclone Core, but I've heard that there's now once you can download it off of there, you should be able to bring it into Reg 360. So my fingers are crossed that that's going to work because I just got those scanners.
Well, because I
So-
think even they switched it from originally you could buy Register Cloud Core and you would get Register 360 as a thing, and then they switched it to where if you bought Register 360 Plus, you could get Core still, and now they're taking Core away,
Yeah,
and so it's a dead product. It would be a completely dead product pretty soon.
yeah.
And so like your C10s will be useless eventually.
Well, eventually, but I figured they said that they should be able to we should be able to bring in the data into Reg 360 for a few years. So
Good.
yeah.
so that's
Unless
my
they update the Windows, right?
yeah. I'm like, hopefully I'm like moved on and doing something different
Yeah.
by then.
Windows 12 will screw up a lot of people's programs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't even know. Have they updated Cyclone Core to work with Windows 11?
I've been
Yeah, it
using
works
it,
fine.
so it does work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And then I got my first draft of my PhD first chapter, all on looking at the accuracy of laser scanning for breast cancer. So it's we'll wait to see what the feedback comes in. But hey, it's actually pretty good. It's like within 2 to 3 mils, like for accuracy, and so it's pretty impressive for a BLK 360 Gen 1. So, but I'm only dealing with 2 meters.
Out there.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm only in like it's 2 meters distance, right? So I mean the accuracy improves, but yeah, it looks pretty good. So I'm now sent that off for feedback and starting on chapter 2. It's been lots of fun. I got lots of fun going on around here. And I'm like, I just need 5 more weeks and then I'm done with students and then I can have some time back. So, but yeah.
You still have some of our favorite students? Gabe, who are our favorite students?
Talon.
Talon. Yeah. How's
Yeah.
Talon doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
And
going
I
to
don't
help out
remember the other
Alex
guy's
and I.
name.
He's helping out
Miles?
Alex?
Yeah, so so Talon he's a first year student, so he's planning on helping with these CAN slam for next year, the circuit, like the slam scan off now CAN slam. So he's hoping to help out with that, and he's like, any capacity that you want me in, I'm here for you. So it's like pretty awesome. So I'm excited to have him come on board. So yeah, so he's doing awesome. He's doing great. So Miles is going to be
help with that. We'll help
we definitely do need help, right, Alex?
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody,
it
we
is
need
exciting,
help.
Though. Yeah, I mean, we're still trying to recruit the universities in it. We've got SAIT, although University of Calgary isn't committing as an institution yet. UNB did. I know that COGS wants to come on board. So what we're trying to do is promote all the survey schools in Canada, basically all the ones that got through help me with the CBEPS, oh, come on now. CBEPS committee for oh, come on. Karina, help me out.
Well, they're just the CBEPS people. That's all like the committee. Yeah,
CBEPS,
I don't know what else you're adding.
They're the board of professional land surveyors. So they basically certify lands. It's an institution that makes it easier for land surveyors to get their accreditations once they enter the workforce. So like, yeah, exactly.
They've been a pain to deal with when it comes to college. It says it's the Canadian Board of Professional Surveying Examiners. The examiners is somewhere else in there, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they've been screwing over the colleges for quite a while, actually. Because I don't think any school has CBEPS accreditations except for BCIT.
Yeah,
I think,
but they
have like all of them.
Yeah, they do degrees,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
UC and UNB and BCIT are the only ones that can get the full accreditation to become a professional land surveyor in Canada now.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
so
everyone has to do 15
with CBEPS
courses.
got all hoity-toity. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Somebody got all hoity-toity, and now college people cannot get any kind of break on their examinations. They got to go through the whole gauntlet just to get accredited. So it's whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, we're having
But anyway,
problems with like
we're working with them in
closing
order to try to promote the standard.
When
It's
is that
interesting, yeah,
happening?
'cause York University. It's going to be happening. Well, so we're presenting the results in November, but basically what we're doing is opening courses at each of those schools, in order to just invite these instruments in whenever they can make it. We collect the data, we do the analysis on it, and then we just present the results at the Go Geomatics Expo in November. Yeah, I mean, we got this, like I said, the schools are on board, but we still haven't done anything like scene selection yet. But that's exactly it. That's how we bring on industry people. So, yeah, I'll be interested. I'd love to have your guys' input because it is an exciting event. Although the RCN looks like they're going to be doing their own thing. They might not put out any product for the first half of this year, but they are coming online, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of content is going to be coming out in the next year or so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, we're just kind of kicking
Can
off
Slam
and
is
trying
coming
to,
along now.
yeah. Between Alex and we're trying to find people for committees as well for like marketing and communication and looking at analysis and data and such. So we're hoping to have students to come on, but if we're not getting the take from the universities or colleges, then we're going to have to find somebody from industry to help us out. So
Yeah, exactly.
if you guys are bored, anybody here that's bored and needs something to do, we certainly would love your help.
And we're always, I think I'm speaking for both Gabe and I on this one. I think we're always willing to, help out the industry however we can. I mean, our entire goal is to get the preach LiDAR however we can, right? Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I'm bored right now.
Yeah, it'll be awesome if you guys, well, Alex, we'll have to get them on the list here to join in.
Absolutely.
Did the LiDAR event already happen for? It's not Go Geomatics anymore, but they had like an online LiDAR expo. Did that already happen?
No, that's happening on the 27th of this month. So that's the LiDAR CanX.
Yes. And do you have to prove Canadian citizenship to show up to that?
At least just you can't shiver when it gets cold. That is the test.
You just have to apply, right?
You don't even have to show citizenship to be the right person to come to Canada.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You could be a 46-year-old woman and have a 12-year-old's passport and still get in because they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We have a population crisis. Get over here.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Actually, we have one too. I don't know why we're giving people away. At least on the West Coast. I don't know about the East Coast. The East Coast doesn't really have. Anyways.
That's a good point. We need some East Coast people in here. We need to get some East Coasters and maybe somebody from the middle to add some more perspective of what's going on over there.
Yeah, we had Chris last week. Hopefully we get some more. I mean, it's growing for sure.
Yeah, we had an East Coast guy in here Eastern Canada folks in here.
Oh, yeah.
Ben, aren't you in Eastern Canada?
No,
Nova Scotia.
Ontario.
Oh, yeah. I have to look at a map.
Yeah, you got a New Brunswicker in here, and that's the only East Coast that's present.
Oh.
I'll invite Val from Skanska, New York, and see if he wants to join. They do way different stuff than I do on the West Coast, so it's maybe they could add something interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd love to get some different industries in here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Well, yeah. So to go back to your question earlier, things are not looking okay here in Canada, not yet. I mean, when it comes to telecommunications in particular, they're laying off people left, right, and center, and that's kind of like our bread. That's kind of where our origins are, and so it is really unnerving to see just rounds of layoffs. They're volunteering people, and then they're slashing, the difference. And I think they're on their third wave now. Although U.S. industry, you guys are, when it comes to telecommunications, there's this stimulus package. There's something like $4 billion or $4D billion being put into just telecommunication infrastructure alone.
Yeah, I think the whole infrastructure bill was like in the trillions. So
Yeah,
Well, including chip processing. We're building chip processing plants all over Oregon, Hillsboro. Tualatin's getting 3 or 4 data centers. I'm not exactly sure.
it's about bloody time, really.
Yeah.
Data centers are booming here too. I think
Yeah.
there's. I just heard there's several going on in Central Washington. 6 or 7 of them that are being built, and then.
And then there's something about some lithium lake. I was just listening to it this morning. I didn't get a chance to read the article yet, but there's somewhere in the U.S. where you guys there's the potential to produce, what was it, 500,000 electric vehicles every year for the next like 30 or 40 years.
God, I'd love to own that land. You're saying they found
a right
lake somewhere?
Yeah, it's like this. Yeah, but apparently it's one of those barren desert kind of places. So
Salt of the Sea is a lithium lake.
It's probably a national park, is what it is. We won't ever get to take it. That much lithium's a lot of money right there.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear that, all the, construction and trades have slowed down, because as a, current job seeker, I'm starting to see some of the open positions start to tick back up. Like just recently I saw openings at, McCarthy, at Langen, at some of those guys out here. But yeah, it's
I think, like Gabe was saying, things are going to pick up 2025, right? And people are planning ahead.
Yeah.
I think we've gone through enough market. Hopefully, we've gone through enough market downturns that we know that we pick up key people in these downturns, right? Because a lot of good people are getting laid off, and now's the time to. If you prepared personally, now's a good time to pick up key people, right?
Yeah.
Because
that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I know a lot of people after the last downturn, it was like an immediate upturn, right? And like you couldn't find people to work for you. And so right now is the time to like get your key people in line, in my opinion. But what do I know?
The bad thing is it's a hard sell point for people that are paying, But I'm pretty lucky at the company I work for. They always tell me if I find the absolute right person, we'll make a position for them. But that's not during the lean years, So unfortunately.
Is Eric, you still in the Bay Area region?
Yeah.
Or you moved somewhere?
I'm still in San Francisco, but yeah, I haven't seen you for a while, but yeah, I was part of the Leica layoffs, so.
Yeah, I saw your posting. Sorry, but
yeah.
I'm actually going to be doing
more
some
on
work.
the software developer side, right? Now
I was a product manager, so yeah, I was managing the teams building the software, but not writing it myself.
I'm be coming down to San Francisco probably around the first or second week of April. A couple of days a week for a few weeks. We should maybe go out and have a beer. Get down there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, have Leo take you to his favorite Chinese food place.
Okay.
Is that okay, Leo? I didn't mean to volunteer you for that.
No.
Hey, sorry, can you repeat? My network just went crazy.
I said you should take Gabe to your favorite Chinese food place.
The one I took you last time?
Yeah.
What? Which spot?
It's in Milpitas.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a Beijing duck thing. Yes. Do you love it, Mac?
I do. Yeah. And I also trust you. I mean, Leo's from China, so I trust his opinion on food. From there.
Authentic food.
Yeah. But
Leo, did you say Milpitas?
They bring you out every part of the duck, right? Like, not every part. Like, you're not going to eat the intestines.
Well, they slice it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They use it slice in front of you.
But they do. There's even like a bone broth at one point.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than that point of pride when they look you in the eye and say, "Ooh, you eat real spicy food."
Or they look at Leo and it's like, "Why'd you bring these white people here?" Is what they do.
But I have an argument with that because the best Chinese food is in Toronto because all the great cooks migrated to Toronto, even though San Francisco has a really big Asian population. Because my aunt lives in San Francisco, and when she comes home, she says this is the best Chinese food, and she's been gone since she was like 16 years old. So when you guys are ever in Toronto, let me know.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
Sounds like a plan.
You bet.
I mean, that's what this is all about, right? Building a network of people you can call on.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have any struggles, workflow issues?
Yeah, Steam. Steam in a fucking point cloud. God damn it. Sorry, I'm cussing a lot tonight. I'm pissed off.
No, it's fine. I haven't
That
come across
mesh is
that
incredible,
before.
though.
Yeah. And you can adjust the like in 3DR, you can adjust the mesh to like not pick up as much noise, but you can't in Reality Cloud Studio. Your hands are kind of tied there.
No, you got no choices. Nothing at all.
Yeah. He just announced that he has like an hour-long webinar coming up on that product, and I'm like, how are you going to fill an hour out with that product? Because it is not robust. Like there's 3 options in that software. I don't.
So the sell for us was supposedly Rhythm's going to be in there in the next release and all kinds of stuff like that. So supposedly the next release is going to be going off. Like I don't know, is that what they're showing? The new version?
Is that going to be in June?
I don't know. They just keep telling us, oh, it's coming soon, and it's going to have all these it's going to be the real Synth 2 competitor, and I'm like, well, I hope so.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, is it actually Rhythm, or are they doing the Avir stuff?
I actually don't know that answer, but I will tell you that software that is based around the LGS supposedly that can't even accept LGS files is kind of a letdown. So I'm already let down.
It'll take LGSX because that's
no, it won't take LGSX. I can show you guys another email if you want. I have a bunch of them going back and forth with that group.
Okay, well that's news to me, but
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it should take it, and it does openly ingest it, but it doesn't work once you bring it there. It crashes.
Okay.
All you see is 360 views. The point cloud doesn't work.
They haven't updated it yet, I'm sure.
Maybe. I don't know. I was told not to use it because it doesn't work. So that was my first fail. Then the E57 was a second fail. And now I'm failing right now talking to you guys. So that's all I have to say about that.
At what point as an industry do we stop accepting workarounds as the option?
I feel like we have no choice. We're all beta testers.
Well, we do have a choice, right? We just don't buy the latest and greatest thing. But I mean, we have to have the whole industry buy in on that, right? But like, I don't know. There gets to be a certain point where the workaround becomes the workflow, and that is bullshit, really. Just my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. It's really, really frustrating when you promise something that you've done 100 times, and then for some reason it crashes, and you've done it before, so you don't know. Like, I'm sure Leo's feeling the same way right now with his little scanner with a be okay to go. And dude, I've scanned 100 facilities like this, and I've never seen this problem before. So I work mostly in industrial shipping. So I work for Skanska, but I'm on the industrial side. So unfortunately, yeah, this blows me away that we have to deal with stuff like this. I'm sorry.
Well, on the industrial side, so we had Cyclone Model, which could do pipes and everything else really amazingly. And then they just brought out Plant, and that is so much worse than Cyclone Model.
Well, like I told you today, you said, anybody using Cyclone? And I said, oh, hell yeah. There's one person in this room at least, and it's me.
Gabe loves it. Gabe talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
I do.
I miss to keep my mouth shut.
I miss using Model, and I dabbled around with the Plant you know, module in 3DR, but it left a lot to be desired compared to the original Cyclone core. So
When you
there's
buy
some other things
3DR
I missed
Pro,
in there too.
when you buy 3DR Pro, do you get that module too? No?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, well, that's what I have, 3DR Pro, and I haven't even opened it yet, so we'll see
You
what
don't
it
get
turns
tank.
out to be.
You don't get the tank tools.
And it
Oh.
sounds like they're going to end up not supporting model anymore because they're going to plant.
Do you have a
Plant
pricing for
model?
that now?
I'm sorry, what?
The 3DR plant, the pricing, they release any pricing yet? Or you have to reach out to sales?
I saw a pricing, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I want to say it was
I
like
think it was another
$4,000 a year.
$2,000.
Yeah, $3,000 or $4,000 a year. But again,
What I have,
know,
what I have in front of me says 7,600.
For Pro. That's for
That's a
Pro.
Pro.
Yeah.
And then you
Oh,
add
did you
tank on top of
did
it.
you ask for something else? I'm sorry, dude. I'm
Yeah,
tripping
plant.
today.
Plan.
I'll tell you guys a
But like I
secret
said,
that
if
I've
you- if
worked
you have
every
s-
night this week till midnight to get this stuff right. So super frustrated.
Yeah, that's the worst. If you have Cyclone Core with model, I mean, you'd be way farther ahead than you will be in plant. I'd modeled some, just some utility, some MEP stuff in one of the scans I did, and it was clunky. You can't you can't select, like, if you know, like the pipe run module in Cyclone Core where you can basically trace out a whole pipe. You can't do that. There's no parts library, like we use the what was it, the mechanical, what was it, I can't remember which library it was, but the mechanical library, we could pull all the valves and elbows and other things, and you could also compare like your point cloud to what scheduled piping you had, so show any deviation from the nominal pipe size. None of that's going on in plant. So, and I don't think it was any faster,
Do you use Revit CloudWorks for any of the piping you do?
I actually like it. It's a good, that is a lot less clunky than plant for sure.
Yeah. That's what,
Well, that
that's
makes
what I
me feel
use
good.
pretty much every day. Yeah, no,
'Cause
I was thinking about saying
those were my
Gutenberg Eric,
products.
but-
I owned all the
CloudWorks was a
CloudWorks
good
products for
program. I
years,
think it was
but
horribly underrepresented.
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
That's why I'm here. Everything was 3DR, 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 and I kind of got pushed aside. So,
Yeah, well, I mean, I wish, like, it went from a program where you registered and you modeled and you did everything all in one platform. And now they're like, hey, buy this platform and then add this platform and then this platform. And then you can spend your whole life importing and exporting. But the actual working in between is they're all great products by themselves, because like cleaning in 3DR is amazing. Walls and pipes and everything and CloudWorks is amazing. Register 360 is amazing. But they just need to be in one software and stop nickel and diming me over everything.
I do like, but depending on what I'm doing, I do like the classification tools and like in 3DR. They're okay. I mean, they could be better, but
I haven't found a tool that can clean better automatically. And if anybody has one, let me know.
no, and I use the shit out of basically all of those cleaning tools. So one thing I really liked about Cyclone though is you could clean by intensity, right? And you can do something similar to that in 3DR, but it's clunky, where in Cyclone you could just select, you could select by intensity, and you can't do that in 3DR, right? So you have to fuck around with it a little bit to actually get it right, which, just it's more time I got to spend screwing around,
Now, Yannick did say that by the end of this year, he's hoping to have every tool that people care about from Cyclone in 3DR. We'll see. I know it's a big order. I mean, that program was around for 25 years, so of course it was well thought out. I know
I
they
still-
talked about. Okay.
I still wish there were better options for how to convey data. Like heat maps are great, but not everybody understands them. One thing I came across today was so simple, but your measurement tool, right? In Cyclone, you could save your measurements, right? So you could go in and dimension a bunch of different spots, and then you could, however you want to do it. You could save an image, you could take a snip, whatever, but they gave you a lot of options. Well, you can't do that in 3DR, right? So now if you have one measurement, but you want to show several different areas, you're either going to have to extract it to CAD, create a heat map, or sometimes, you just want to be able to snap a couple dimensions and
in the report, I think you can add multiple dimensions, can't you?
You
well,
can.
you might be able
You
to.
take them all. You have to select the report that you've done. So say you do a floor flatness, and then you do all the dimensions under there. You can actually update your report when they're all on your screen, and that will save that image with all those dimensions in it.
As far as I know, you can only do one dimension at a time, though.
You know what? I might have to double check on that. I think it's the dimensions. I know you can do, like, if I wanted to select like northern eastern elevation annotations, a bunch of them.
Oh yeah. You can definitely do that.
As
You
the
can
dimensions,
definitely
you
do
might
call-outs.
be right on the dimensions.
But that's a call out, right? That's not just
Yeah.
a dimension from, you know.
Hey, I will give HXDR one thing. Their measuring tool is one of the best I've ever seen for point cloud measuring.
Nice.
It is so freaking easy to use. And it has like this cool reflection thing. So like when you pick one side, it reflects and it shows you the center point of the reflection. Like with this plus, it is freaking awesome. And it actually shapes around the pipes and stuff. Then you go to the other side and it does the same thing. And you actually know what you're grabbing for sure. It is one of the best measuring things I've seen so far.
That's interesting.
Are you talking about the like virtual surveyor where it shows two different angles of the same thing you're selecting?
Who are we talking about? Are you talking to me now or?
Yeah.
He's talking to you.
There.
No, I don't know. It's just whatever's in HXDR or it's in RCS. Sorry, Capture Studio. I keep saying HXDR, but
That must be a newer tool. I haven't seen that one yet.
yeah.
I haven't messed with either one of them, so.
That tool I love is where, and they have it in 3DR tool where a virtual surveyor in Cyclone, but you have it on one screen where you're looking at it from one angle, and then it splits it, and on the other screen you can look at it from a different angle and a different zoom, so you know exactly where you're selecting. So, because if we've ever tried to select anything in a point cloud, if you try and select something, you actually go through that point cloud and grab it.
Yeah, it's the other thing.
We were doing that with Smart Picks and CloudWorks too. We had the little Smart Pick viewport that you could pick the different options.
I love that tool. That tool is awesome.
That tool is awesome. The split screen in 3DR is okay, but it's nothing like that other, like a Smart Pick viewport.
I'd stream it for you guys, but the point cloud I have up there is such a mess that you guys are it's that crap you saw. So, and it doesn't hardly.
We're not judgy. Let's see it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could open it up and you guys could see what I'm talking about.
While it's opening, how'd your Chicago projects go, David?
I don't know how they've turned out. Talked with the guy much, but helping out at the O'Hare Airport, redoing all the Terminal 3, at least expanding the baggage claim side. So
we're doing a couple airports. We just finished one in Denver. We're doing SeaTac. We're doing SFO in San Francisco. That seems to be a big money maker for people right now. It'll probably slow you down at some point when you fly back to Seattle, I imagine.
Yeah. People always are traveling, so airports are always. Conco did a few of them. I know Ming's done pretty much every one of them. I can't go to an airport without seeing Ming.
What we're doing now is we're taking an existing building and adding 3 floors on top of it and a roof. So a challenge, I think. Structurally, it was designed to do that, but it's been, several years since they've been using it for 15 years or something. So.
I see that when I'm showing you.
Yep.
Yes.
See how it gives that little plus and you can see the exact center of what you're doing?
No, where is it?
It's up there on that weird jacked up pipe. That's actually not even supposed to be in there. That's supposed to be deleted, but See, and then you name it. And oh, I screwed up with that. So it's kind of funny. Like you see, you've got all these. Or maybe I can just go to this one. Won't let me go to that one. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, all my point was to make it very simple was I like the way it does this weird arrow thing. You see how it just kind of shows you exactly where your center line is, where you're going to get your point from? Anybody seeing that? Or are you guys like, what the hell is he talking about? Damn it.
It's just kind of tough to see.
Yeah, especially with all this mess, huh? You see there, like if I want to measure the outside, can you guys see where it is down there on the bottom side of the screen?
It's kind of slow to update on my side. I don't know.
Oh, is
for
it
others,
really?
But yeah.
I just
Now
like
I'm
this little
seeing it.
plus thing.
Yeah, I
You
see
kind
that.
of
Yeah.
tell exactly where you're going to be. Like it kind of puts this cool reflection on it. And there's actually different settings. This was just my favorite one that I found.
So it's kind of like the normal indicator.
Mhm.
Like some of the others have that circle thing for normals so that you
Uh-huh.
see, you know,
Yeah,
where
and
on the surface you're
that doesn't
selecting.
work very well for me. This works massively better. And then you just name it and save it, and you've got your list of measurements, and you can just send a link out from your measurement if you want. But as you guys can see, that's all steam that I cleaned in Register 360 2 nights, all the way till midnight, and it just came back. That is just crazy. But you see, it works pretty fast, even though this is 70 gigabytes.
That looks like a rupture analysis.
Yeah, for sure. If I was smart enough to know what that was, that sounds cool though. But you know what, I'll show you guys this after I play with it, and next week when I get a clean point cloud, I guess we're doing this every other week, right? And if you guys want to dive into that, we can dive into it, and you guys can just ask questions, and we can play around. If you're curious, if you don't want to see it, I don't. It's up to you.
No, for sure. We'll take a look at it. You know what you might want to do is throw it into 3DR and separate by color and select that steam color and just have it separate out all that steam and then send it to 3D or RCS.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Or I was even thinking about making that steam a layer, a selection, but I tried that with something else. Oh, with Register 360, and it selected stuff that I didn't realize it was selecting, and it took out so much stuff.
Did you try? Oh, sorry. Did you try detect moving objects in Register 360?
Yeah, it didn't work at all.
Really? Okay.
Because it's like so. Like if you guys saw this thing in real life, the amount of steam coming out of that thing consistently and condensation, it's consistently going. And like I was starting to wonder if I should be breathing that stuff, to be quite honest with you, because I'm down there inside that. I climbed all those towers and everything. So, and I was around that steam, and that was about 3 days of scanning, I think. It's 900 setups, I believe. So,
holy smokes.
Yeah, and then and a day of setting, we set control the first day, so that was quite time consuming too. And the laser seemed like it was having troubles with all the steam, to be honest, when we were using the Icon robot. So I was kind of surprised. I'd never seen that before.
I think we have similar issues here with fog. It's basically line of sight. If you can't see it, you definitely can't.
There's one town on the sort of east side of Seattle that just has the worst fog in the morning. Like you can't see 10 feet in front of you. And yeah, you can't pick up your prisms. You can't do anything when that's coming.
Is anybody using the newer Icon Prism pole that has a radio on it?
Well,
we're all surveyors here. We don't use Icon.
Oh, that's right. You guys are real guys. I'm the fake.
Are you talking about the AP20 pole, or what are you talking about?
I don't know. I was just watching a video for it. It looked pretty cool. Some new,
With
tilt pole with a radio.
Yeah, the AP20. They have it in the survey stuff too. It's pretty
cool.
Within a quarter inch, I think. consistently.
I can tell you one of the guys that Mac and I know bought one for his company, and he said it is a game changer for him. He says he probably saves at least an hour every single day, if not every single job that he goes to. And he owns his own surveying company. So
Does that make it a single man operation then, or still two
well,
man?
I think he pretty much runs by himself, but he doesn't have to ever worry about plumbing up his rod. So he's, I don't know if it's 5 seconds, a shot or what, but he said it's a significant time saver. And
it's a little harder with construction because you have to constantly keep that moving. When you're a surveyor and you're doing topos, you can set stake. But for like staking out points, it's a little cumbersome, but it's a good product. Sorry, Gabe, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I if I was in land surveying, it'd be maybe it's about time they came up with something like that. You know what I mean? Something I've been thinking for like my entire career. Rod busts are like the number one cause of bad data, and if there was a way to eliminate it, how much time and money would that save? And Leica was the first ones to come up with it. So,
my favorite pole by far is they consider a construction pole, but it's carbon fiber, a little bit shorter, but it has like maybe a foot of like a rod at the bottom. But when you're using the MPR 122, which is the 360 prism, you can unscrew the bottom, put it on top,
put it on the
flip it over, and it's got a bubble on the other side too, so you can still bubble it up. That's my favorite pole to use.
Somebody taught me that. I wonder if it came from you. That's kind of funny.
I hope so.
Like so many of the stupid workflows that I've learned, I'm sure came from, because I'm from Seattle originally. So well, I'm from Bremerton. So like a lot of the stuff I'm pretty sure probably worked from you guys down to people like me. So it's kind of funny.
Or vice versa. I'm pretty sure you're the one that first showed me how to register a point cloud.
Maybe. I do love that pretty much. It's my favorite thing to do. It's weird. I'm such a nerd, dude. Anime and point clouds, all I care about in the world. Well, and used to be skateboarding, but my knees are just jacked. So
I'm curious, is anybody using capturing reality with the new pricing model change and all of that, free if you're under $1 million?
I saw that. No, I haven't, but that's incredible.
I'll have to give it a try again.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Somebody want to fill me in or fill? I don't know who else doesn't know, but I have no idea.
I second that. I've never heard of it.
So they're owned by Unreal, and Unreal Engine will let you develop any video game you want. But if you make over $200,000, they get a cut of it, right?
Oh.
So I'm assuming that they brought the same business model into capturing reality, which is a weird name for a product because it's like
reality capture by capturing reality, now owned by Epic. Like it's so.
And so I had a few people. Originally, it was just drone data they could bring in, a picture, photogrammetry, right?
Yeah.
And all they cared about was making stuff look good because it was for the movie industry and whatever, video game.
Yeah.
And so it would take a building and grow it by 6 inches to make it fit and look right. But now you can bring in scan data and pictures and tie your photogrammetry to your scan data, get those dimensions. So it's a cool product in theory. Now in practice, it's been cumbersome. But
because I know I've worked with people who absolutely swear by it, and I was curious, if there were users of that around, and if that moves the needle at all. Because like I said, that new pricing, instead of just subscribing to it, as long as your revenues are under $1 million, you don't have to pay anything, which is kind of interesting. I mean, for big guys, it doesn't matter, you're going to be paying, but for a small independent contractor or something, might be kind of interesting. I mean, you still need a high spec machine for local processing. You're probably going to spend $6,000 or more on a rig with all the RAM and video card and stuff to do it. But yeah, I thought that was kind of an interesting announcement. What, this week or last week, something like that?
Yeah, and I actually hadn't heard that they changed that. That's awesome.
Yeah, very recent.
Well, I was wondering how they quantify the revenue. Like you just plug in a project like budget, or
so yeah, I'm not sure because so I went through some of the partner process with them at Leica. I had gotten an Epic Mega Grant for a project I was working on, and yeah, the licensing terms we fell under were basically we didn't have to pay any sort of licensing fee because we weren't creating the content itself. We were building a tool for end users to use, and then like Mac was saying, it's then on them if they're gonna make over a certain amount. I guess in some ways it's almost like some of the App Store charges and stuff too. I don't know how they track it, but yeah,
They make
it's
so much
until
money
you
on
hit
Call of Duty and stuff like that like they don't
Fortnite.
really,
I mean,
yeah.
what was it, like a billion and a half from Disney that they just
Yeah.
invested or something?
And
like
Sony and Paramount, all these guys are giving them so much money, and they can prove that their stuff was created in Unreal Engine. Like Unreal can prove it, so like they're not worried about us. Is the way it comes out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they also own Twinmotion too. So for digital twin stuff, I'm curious to see how they kind of pursue that path, whether they're just an afterthought or if they actually put some real investment into the, into the kind of AEC sort of area.
It'll still be all geared towards visualization.
Well, I am interested to see though, because like Unity is doing BIM now, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, Unreal Engine, it seems like just the next natural thing for them to do.
What is this, Eric? Yeah. No, everybody. It's kind of funny to watch how so many people discounted the construction industry, but now they've all started to realize, holy shit, that's one of the bigger industries out there. So I think I took when I first got into sales, I took a class, online class that Leica offers about selling to the construction industry, just on a whim, and it started out with saying most people in construction have never seen a digital measuring tool, and some are afraid of it. And I was like, fuck you. I stopped the video right there because I was like, you have no idea your customers. But sorry, that was a tirade.
I mean, in the early days, it was true. No, I was just saying, like early on, when I first got into scanning, we had to justify it to everybody. They're like, why would I use this? This is completely unproven. Like, but now, yeah, I think it's gone way to the other side where they're like, okay, yeah, it's a laser, of course it's accurate.
Hey, hold on, before you get off, Karina, follow that link. Oh, damn it.
Oh.
Sorry, no, that link that Eric shared is actually, I saw Leo liked it the other day. That is really interesting. The scan targets and stuff in the electrical outlets.
Oh yeah, I like that too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that
order
is
it all.
wicked.
So, but anyways, so the kids are going rambunctious upstairs. I think this is probably a good time to end this. If anybody else has anything else to say before we go.
No, great meeting. See you guys in 2 weeks.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All right.
Thanks for
everyone.
coming, guys.
See you guys.
Thanks a lot.